exercise caution in your practice. The rule of yoga is there can be no strain whatsoever in what you do. Everything should be done with such light effort whereby you can be in meditative awareness. Observing your breath and making sure that it is always slow and smooth may be helpful to prevent any risk of strain. Please engage in every practice only to the extent that feels comfortable to you. Avoid any practice that causes discomfort or pain. Let's establish our group consciousness. Imagine everybody in this session as being part of yourself within you. With that, we'll say 3 ohms. The first one is going beyond the physical body. The second, beyond the zone of light. And the third, to the source of everything. Take a deep breath. Let's begin with our chakra vibrations. We'll start with touching our thumb to a little finger, pointing to the perineum, the area between the anus and the genitals. And here we'll make the sound lum. Let's begin. Lum. 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 Release your fingers. Let's continue. Lum. 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 Last one. Lum. Next, we'll move an inch above the perineum, behind the pubic area. We'll touch our thumb to the ring finger, palm pointing to the area. We'll make the sound warm. Let's begin. Wum. Wum. Vam. 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 Release your fingers. Vam. Vam. We'll move to the next, which is the area behind the navel, middle of the body. Here we'll touch our thumb and middle finger, pointing to the area. We'll make the sound rum. 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 Release your fingers. Rum. Rum. Last one. Rum. Move to the next. It's the middle of the chest, between the breast. Here we'll touch our forefinger, the index finger, and the thumb, pointing to the area. We'll make the sound yum. 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 Release your fingers. Yum. Last one. Yum. Go to the next area, the throat. Close, loose fist, thumbs in the air, the pointing to the fist pointing towards the area. We'll make the sound hum. 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 Release your hand. Hum. Hum. Next, we'll concentrate middle of the head. And to find that, draw your fingers from the tip of your eyes till it touches the ears, and where the fingers are pointing in the middle of the head, concentrate there. Loose fist, thumbs in the air. Let's make the sound shum. 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 Place your fingers and continue. Shum. Last one. Shum. Next, move to the top of the head in the middle. Close loose fist will make the sound Om. Release your hands. Last one. Let's proceed into Ujjayi Pranayama. Those of you know it, please continue. Those of you need instructions, concentrate the area where the neck meets the end of the mouth. As you inhale, you will feel a tingling sensation, and as you exhale, you will feel a reverse tingling sensation. To enhance this experience, you can widen your cheeks into a smile, mouth closed, breathing through the nose, and you will experience this better. Please continue. Let's move to our next practice. Still in Ujjayi, palms on your knees. As you inhale, pull back, roll up your shoulders, and then as you exhale, bring it down and move the palm forward. Inhale, exhale. Please continue. Last one. Next, we'll bring our palms together, palm on Namaste, hands parallel to the shoulder. And as you inhale, open wide, back, expand your shoulders, lungs, can breathe more, and then exhale and bring it back together again. Inhale, exhale. Please continue. Last one. Let's retain the same Namaste position here. Inhale, bring your hands up behind your head or top of the head, wherever, then open and bring it back as you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Now close our hands into a fist, place it on our chest, and as you inhale, bring it out, open it like a flower, turn it round, bring it back. Inhale, exhale. Please continue. More, and we'll go reverse. Last one. Next, grab our elbows with our hands or wherever you can touch, bend your head, and we will bend to the right side as you exhale, pulling on the elbows. Inhale, come back. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, come back. Please continue. Last one. Next, we'll fold our hands together and keep it behind the head, the edge touching the head in the middle, and then we'll turn to the right as you exhale. Inhale, come to the middle. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come to the middle. Please continue. Last one. You can release your hands and move to the neck exercise. Pull your head back as you inhale, and as you exhale, bring your head forward, pushing your neck back and bending your head, the chin to touch the chest. From here, we'll go in a clockwise direction, rotating the head as we inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Please continue. We go in reverse. Last one. Next, we'll try to touch the shoulder with our ears. Okay, as you exhale, move to the right shoulder. Inhale, come back. Exhale, left shoulder. Please continue. Last one. Back to the middle. Yeah. Next, we'll go to our spinal twisting. Make sure you're comfortable, back straight, neck straight. We'll use our chair or arms of the chairs for support. We'll turn to the right, placing your left palm on your right knee, and we'll make the sound ah at each turn to the right, to the left, to the back, and then to the front. We will make the sound like in Brahmari. We'll do this 3 times, each time increasing the count. Let's begin. To the left. To the back. To the front. To the second time, increase the count by 1. To the right. To the left. To the back. To the front. Third time, 3 times. To the right. To the left. To the back. To the front. Next, let's cross one leg over the other, supported by your hands, and to right leg to the left side. And then you turn your face to the opposite side, the right. Make the sound lum, focusing on a perineum. Let's begin. Lum. Please continue. Lum. 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 Next, we'll cross the other leg, the left leg, over the right. Hold as high as you possibly can. And turn your face to the left. Make the sound lum. Lum. Lam. 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 Bring your legs down, hands. I will sit up straight, back straight, and we'll say 3 ohms. Concentrate from the tip of the tailbone, traveling along the spine all the way to the top of the head as you say Om. We'll go to our standing practice. Concentrate, please. Support yourself with a chair if you can't stand fully. But if you do, please keep your legs shoulder width apart, and we'll take a palm, put it on our hips. We will arch to the right as you inhale, pressing on the hips, and as you exhale, come forward. Then you'll do the same on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Please continue. Last one. Next, let's grab our elbows behind our back or your hands wherever it's possible. And as we inhale, arch backwards and hold that position. Don't do Don't go too far back, just enough to create the tension along the spine. Feel the tension along the spine. Take a deep breath. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly come forward, bending at the hips, keeping your back and head straight, not bending them. Each exhalation can bend forward. Notice a gentle stretch in your knees, your ankles, your calves, all along the back, along the legs. As you take another breath and you say exhale gently, release your hands, let them fall to your legs wherever they may touch. Inhale and exhale. Feel the stretch. Now, take your left hand and touch your right feet or leg wherever you can. Bring your right hand up, palm facing outwards, and look at your palm. Breathe normally. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, bring your right hand down and grab your left feet with it or leg, and bring your left hand up, palm facing outward. Look at your palm. Breathe normally with ease and comfort. Now take a deep breath, inhale, and as you exhale, slowly bring your hand down, grab your leg wherever you can, drop your head between the knees, and slowly come up. And as you inhale. Next, hands on your hips. Let's bend at the knees. So inhale, go down, keep your back straight. Exhale, come up. Make sure the knees don't go beyond the feet. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Now let's place a set our hips. We'll twist our go around about the hips. Inhale, half a circle, exhale, half a circle. Go in the reverse direction. Inhale, half a circle, exhale, half a circle. Last one. Please go back to your seats. Sit comfortably. Begin this practice. Get your hands in the air in opposite directions. Finger pointed up. The left hand goes up. Right hand goes down. Keep your head straight. Try to look at both the fingers in the air, both the hands, without moving your head. And as you do that, observe your breathing. Let us switch. Right hand goes up, left hand down. Now let's do the same, looking at the fingers. Now let us bring our fingers in front of our nose. Look at that finger, index finger in front of our nose. And You move it away as you inhale. Keep looking at the finger and exhale, bring it back to your nose, almost touching it. Inhale, exhale. Please continue. The last one, as you bring the finger close to your nose, hold it in front of your nose and look at it. You must see almost two double fingers. Observe your breathing. Now, rub your palms together and then place it over your eyes. Let's now continue to our nostril breathing. Anulom, Vinulom. Use the fingers of your right hand, the little finger and the ring finger for your left nostril, bending the middle and index finger, and then using the thumb for the right nostril. Breathe in through the left, close your left, breathe out through the right. Then breathe in through the right, close your right, and breathe out through the left. Please continue. Do this at least 6 times. Go to a spinal mantra. Let me switch on the recording.
We do the 7 mantras from the feet and ankle to the knees to the lowermost part of the spine, which is in between the buttocks and the back, and then the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, the cervical spine in the neck, and then in the back of the head, in the very top, called the Shikha point. The mantra for the feet and neck are the same, that is Aim. Now let us begin from the feet and ankle with mantra Aim, moving to knees where we vibrate Shim, and move on to the base of the spine where we do Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. Aim, Shim, Jim. I'm Shim 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 Jim. Now we move from the base of the spine to the lumbar region, then to the thoracic or the back region of the spine with Jim, Jaim, Haim. So let's go. Jim, Jaim, Haim. 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 Now we move from the thoracic spine to the spine and the neck to the back of the head with Haim, Aim, Om. Let's go. Haim, Aim, Om. 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 Now we do all the 7 mantras in sequence, starting from the feet and ankle. Aim, Shim, Jim, Jaim, Haim, Aim, Om. 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 I'm shim jim jam I'm 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 om.
Okay, let's move. Let's get ready. Be comfortably seated. We'll move to our Basrika. Get ready. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's move to our Kumbhaka Pranayama. Clasp your fingers together. And as you inhale, bring it up. Bend your head slightly towards the chin towards the chest. Hold your breath. And when you can no longer hold your breath, release the air between your teeth. Bring the hands down. And we'll proceed to the Brahmari. Just place your index finger on your eyebrows, the middle finger on your eyes, the ring finger on the nose where the soft and hard cartilage meets, the little finger on your lips. Then use the thumb to cover your ears, and then we'll inhale, and as you exhale, make the sound like the bee. Mm. Get ready for our second set of Vasrika. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's do our Kumbhaka Pranayama. Inhale, let's proceed to the Brahmari. For last round of Vasrika, please get ready. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. go to our Kumbhaka. Follow it by Brahmari. Ready to move to our meditation. Please be comfortably seated, back supported. Okay, back straight, your palms on your lap with thumb touching each other. Feel a lightness within. Close your eyes. As you do so, tell yourself, I let go of everything. I let go of all ideas and concepts. I let go of everything. And if you have a regular practice of meditation, you use a mantra, please proceed. For the others who need one, focus as a flow starts with the sternum and goes upwards through the top of the head. And with that, mentally tell yourself, I'm Im Om. I'm Im Om. I'll be playing the Om music in the background. If you would rather not listen to it, please reduce or mute your system. Please continue. Slowly, please affirm to yourself that you may be guided to fulfill the purpose for coming to this earth. Become aware of your body part by part, from top to bottom. And when you're ready to open your eyes, please bring both your palms in front of your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Thank you. Dr. Rajan is here.
Namaste,
Take over.
everyone. Today being Sunday, we have extra time for any discussion. So if there are any questions or any item for discussion, please feel free to speak up.
I have a question. Good morning. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so
Namaste.
much, VJ. Nice to
Oh,
see you.
namaste.
Dr. Rajan, can you unpin VJ or is he? I can't.
Okay, I will unpin him.
Well,
Okay.
not like I don't like talking to you, VJ.
Okay, done.
That's okay.
In regards to our samskaras, all right, I'm not trying to put an order to this. Like I'm saying, we're born to the kleshas are first, right? Like that's the purpose for which we were born. And then we made karma while we were here, right? And so, I don't know, I had this realization today in class about what it's like to exist without all of those samskaras, right? And how we build community around our healing. I don't know, I don't know. Do you have anything to say on this, on like the order and anything like that?
Yes, I think basically I get the drift of what you're asking.
Okay.
And actually, I'm going to refer back to two interesting people who actually raised two questions for me, and I gave answers for both of them. And they will all tie in with your question also. It is like, each of them are asking the same problem from a different window, right? So, one person asked the question, what is the source of all thoughts? Okay?
Mhm.
And the other person, I'll wait till the end, what the person asked. The thing is basically, I answered to the person, the source of all thoughts is that essentially we live in three levels of existence as live beings. Inanimate beings are not in the same three level as we are, it's slightly different. The animate beings, we are our spiritual entity, we have the physical entity here, our spiritual entity is in the spiritual world, and our we are also connected into the source of everything. So live beings have two connections, into the spiritual world and an independent connection into the source, and that independent connection into the source is God's connection into you, right? Now, inanimate beings don't have the direct God connection, but rather they connect into the spiritual world, and there is an indirect connection through the spiritual world where the control of the spiritual world is, of course, connected into God, right? So now what happens is all the thoughts that we get are really coming from the spiritual world into us. And what is happening is the thoughts that are coming, and if you're thinking of the thoughts coming into you, but the thoughts are coming into everything around you, okay, into people around you and everyone. So the thoughts coming from the spiritual world affecting the multiplicity of everything that is there in existence creates a situation for you. And what happens is, because you have the God connection in you, the ability to think comes from that. You look at it and you react to it. And when you react to it, you create another thought into your this thing. So your thoughts that are coming in are coming from the spiritual world. Your reactions that come is because of your connection into the Purusha element, into God. That is what allows you to react. Both together create a thought for you, and what happens is, whatever thoughts come over there, thoughts are always embedded in the spiritual world. So any reactive thought becomes a karma that becomes embedded in the spiritual world. And they can come back at a later time. And so if you don't react at all, you don't create new programs or new elements anymore to propagate that, right? So what happens is, when you look at individually for yourself versus when you look at everything as a collective, it's slightly different in the sense you realize collective is the reason why you are able to create karmas, right? So that is why a lot of people like to run away from life and hide themselves in caves and all of that. And for many of those people, it doesn't necessarily help them because their mind is still thinking of the world, right? And so the thing is basically being fully in it and being unaffected by it. And what happens when your connection becomes strong and increased, and you reach to a level where you understand everyone you're meeting is connected into God? You see the God in everyone, right? And then in which case you say, okay, whatever comes is fine. The thing is, you see somebody throws something at you, you say, oh, that's God throwing at me, because the other person has a God in them, and you stop reacting, right? And the other side of it is your swadharma on your God side. This thing says, oh, this person, according to my swadharma, I need to give that person a sound hammering, right? Then you do that, right? So in other words, your swadharma will play through, but except when swadharma is not at play, you be non-reactive and let it happen. So it is not a case that every time you sit over there and let anything hit you. What happens is, when your swadharma is involved as part of your role of the cosmic play, you'll come out and you'll react. Otherwise, you should not be reacting. And the key part is, once you react with some action, you should not think about the fruit of the action anymore. The fruit of the action or the result of that action will create new karma. But when you do your swadharma, the program that is coming, you're only fulfilling your role. There is no karma attached. And this is what comes from the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever you do as your action, you do it and you let it go. Don't worry about the results. Whatever is meant to happen will take care of itself. Now, the thing is, you say, I don't know whether this answers your question, but the thing is, you see, the other person, who was in one of the discussions, asked me finally this question: does this mean that all of existence is a mind game? Was the question that the young lady asked me. And I was sitting with so many other people, and I'm sure others didn't understand it, but that young lady understood it. I said, yes, it is a mind game, because mind is your Purusha element, your God element that is reacting. So when you stop reacting and the mind doesn't react, as the Yoga Sutra says, whatever are your programs, your karmas, kleshas, they all wear away. And so they all execute themselves, and they basically wash away. So there is nothing left for you to be in creation anymore. So you go back to the source of everything.
So, like, for the Swadharma, let's say, okay, I'm just using this as an example, that you may have cleared your samskaras, but you didn't like die. You're still here. You know what I'm saying? Like, our purpose isn't fulfilled yet because we didn't thinking about people dying.
No. I'll
You know what
answer
I'm
the
saying?
question.
Okay.
I'll answer the question.
All right.
Your question is, once your swadharma is fulfilled, there is nothing more left over there, and you're still in the body. What is the purpose of the body, right?
Yeah.
So the answer is that what happens is, each one of us doing our swadharma here, The number of people who are purely doing their swadharma is a small proportion of the entire number of people. Most of the other people are doing it in the wrong direction, right? So what is happening is, in the cosmic play, the combined effect of everything everyone is doing creates a certain trajectory of the cosmic flow. So when few set of people or a large set of people are not doing their job and they are, rebelling, they are going against, of course, they all become mental health patients. But aside from that, what happens is the cosmic flow is not going to change because they didn't do their job. So whatever job needs to be done gets reallocated to everybody else. So that is why your swadharma may change slightly. Trajectory won't change. And that is why in astrology, you can predict the trajectory of a person's life flow. And you can predict events in the short future, immediate future. But you cannot predict in very long-term future, because what happens is everyone gets re-updates based upon how the cosmic flow is going. So when all your karmas and kleshas are all dissolved and you're still sitting in the body, you become the joker in the pack of cards of existence. So, in other words, what happens is, when something is not being done by somebody else, then the joker is pulled out. Okay, you go and do it. So in the instant, you become the joker in the pack, right?
Yes, great analogy. In the predicting of those brief futures, think about, I have some decisions, that I'm working on, and we stay in presence and stay guided, or do we make the decision? I guess that's are we creating more karma in every thought projection that we make? We're projecting a thought of who that person will be, right? Like you said, we could see who they're going to be in this sort of time or that. Are we creating a fracture, like a karma in that?
This is very interesting question you ask. The answer is the following. What happens is, there is something when you are in a meditative quietness, when some thought comes into you, that is what is called the pure sankalpa, or the pure intention of the cosmic flow. Whereas on the other hand, when you put your mind into something and you say, oh, this is what I should be doing, then that may not be the message of the cosmic flow, right? So anytime you you get into the message of the cosmic flow, yes, indeed, the thought itself may have a repercussion where it is taking you away from where you're meant to be and may cause karma, right? So now we have to also understand, at any point in time, there are three kinds of actions that can come from you. Ones that support the cosmic flow, ones that are neutral to the cosmic flow, and the third, things that are deviating from the cosmic flow or going against the cosmic flow, right? So anything that is going against the cosmic flow is bad news. Whereas on the other hand, there are things that are of a neutral nature. Okay? So the thing is basically, think of it this way. Like, as part of your daily routine, you have in your household whoever else is over there, including your pets and everybody. And on a daily basis, the thing is, you're feeding everyone or whatever needs, you're taking care of household chores and all of these. These all typically fall under the neutral swadharma. Okay? Whether you did it or whether somebody else did it, or this thing, it's not as important. Okay? And of course, if you didn't do something that resulted in a highly negative consequence, like you didn't feed your cat and your cat died as a result of it or something, that may be, and if you react to it, that may be bad. But on the other hand, what happens is, generally, most of these acts we do on a daily basis are of a neutral element. But there are ones that go outside your home and threshold, that impacts a larger society, Those are acts that need to be in sync with your Swadharma. And they shouldn't be adharmic or go against dharma, right? So that is where the distinction lies. So does that answer your question?
Yes, very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So anytime you are thinking of something that is going outside you, right, into the wider world, outside your home, then in which case just meditate and think whether it is your mind thinking of it or whether it is the cosmic will that is directing you towards it.
Nice. Thank you. That helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, Dr. Narayan, we talk about inaction, right? Is inaction and not reacting the same?
We are getting into Bhagavad Gita over there, right?
Yes, yes.
So the and see the key part is uh, when we don't react to things that are not relevant to our swadharma,
Hmm.
right? And so what happens is the when you choose not to react because you have the higher understanding, this is not your swadharma, it is part of the cosmic play. That
Hmm.
itself, choosing not to react, is your act,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
So that is where, from a Bhagavad Gita sense, there is action in inaction too.
Good. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, I hope when people ask questions, that is when you get more of these kind of answers, and this is the way in which it makes everybody to think in a different way.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wrote a piece, VJ. That was a good thing you pulled out a doc here. I was, we were challenged to write a piece about charity, and the way mine came out was how what you said, the inaction can also be charity. So that's what my, like, not react to someone or cut their head off or whatever it is, that could be an act of charity in the not acting is action kind of
Hmm.
concept, you know?
Right.
Anyway,
Interesting.
I know, right? That was
Good.
good.
You see, what happens is behaviorally, it's a very difficult task to become reactive only to swadharma and being non-reactive to things that don't matter.
Mhm.
What happens is, if a person cannot have that meditative connectivity, then reactivity happens for everything.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Good.
I'll give you one example, Tammy. You see, uh, we have our yoga book that you have a copy of, right? The yoga concepts for global application, exactly. Now, what happened was, this book, previous to this book, going back some 15, 20 years, 15, or actually 15 years back or 18 years back, I had a full book written about all the different subtle aspects of yoga and everything. And then I wrote the whole book, and I still have the book in my soft copy, and I've shared it with a few people. But what happens is, when I meditated upon it, I thought it was not ready for publication. Okay? And so it just stayed over there. And this book that got published, I think it got published because the time had come. And it was
Mm.
a collaborative effort of number of people. The other book that I had written like 18 years ago, it goes into much deeper level. of how you sense people, what you, the meaning of this thing and all of that. And I didn't, now when I look back at that book, it's not ready for, this thing. It is not properly qualified. And what happens is this distinction, to understand that you have to remove yourself as the doer, is very important. Because if I had felt, it is my job to publish, and I have the ego that I'm, doing something, and I know so much, so I have to, I want to publish it and make myself famous, or for that matter, thinking that I know so much that I should benefit other people. Both of them are a mistake. The fact is, to think that I have to give benefit to other people is my ego speaking, right? But on the other hand, when I just serve as a cosmic instrument, then in which case it's meant to happen, so be it, it's placed over there. Whoever benefits, it's their problem. And whoever doesn't, it's this thing, you let it go at that, right? So in that point in time, I meditated and it was not ready. So that's why it didn't happen. In fact, when I look back at it, over the years, the understanding and depth of the spiritual awareness that has happened has been far beyond. But to speak with such clarity, the source of thought, how we interact, and this thing that we had this conversation today, 5 or 10 years ago, I couldn't have had that conversation with you, because that level of clarity was not there within me either, right? So only in that meditative awareness, slowly it comes.
Thank you for sharing that. And I had it in my meditation show up. You remember, like, maybe you don't. In 2021, I sent you an invitation to write a book with me. That's called How to Raise a Yogi. And it was pretty funny that came across, and I went and found that video I made. Oh my God. Anyway, I've grown so much since then. But just to know that there is a place for that. And what does that look like is what I'm meditating on. Like, is it the understanding yoga, right? You can't tell someone how to raise a yogi. What does that even mean? I'm like, gosh. So that's what's
right.
coming back.
Basically, what it is at that time when you were trying to do that, it was your sense of ego. Oh, I can benefit other people. I would, give them this thing, kind of thing. So that was not your Swadharma at that time.
And now it just came back a couple days ago, maybe like 4 or 5 back, and I forgot all about it. I'm like, wait, what? What does that even mean? So that's where I am, looking to see what. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for playing with me and letting me play in your sandbox. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts from anyone?
I have one more, tiny one. Oh, Shobana, did you want to ask something, or were you coming on to say goodbye? Okay. Your Yoga Sutra book that you've written, are you waiting for something for that to publish? It's my question, because I don't know what's missing in there. It doesn't seem like anything is.
Yeah, just my intuitive sense, which I asked, I hadn't thought about it. It's not ready for some reason.
Okay.
And so what it is maybe in the next 2-3 years we'll publish it. But what happens is I think it has to be worked as a collaborative thing. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes through, and we'll work it out. Yes.
Thank you for taking a look. Thank you, everyone. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Namaste, everyone.